Alright, so in this video I'm going to be showing you the morning routine I used to make me my first 10k a month consistently. And morning routines are a big thing that I've debated, and I'm going to kind of show you the one that I used specifically which worked for me. So let's get into it. So when I first started business like years ago, 8 years ago or something now, one of the things I did was have a crazy morning routine, and this has changed a lot around the years. And you know, 6 years ago when I had my e-commerce business, we had a food business, my morning routine was stupid, to be honest. I had a big morning routine which just didn't make sense, and I kind of thought that like having some kind of crazy morning routine is the key to success. So I would get up at like 6 a.m. or maybe even 5 a.m. I'd get up 5 a.m. and then I would go to the gym for an hour. So I'd get back at like 7, let's say. And after the gym, I would eat some food, so it'd take like half an hour or whatever. And after that, I would spend like half an hour meditating. And then after that, I would spend like an hour reading. And essentially, this whole morning routine took like 2 to 3 hours out of my morning every single day. And it was 2 to 3 hours of like prime mental state where I could be doing work. You know, my brain was sharp at that point. And instead I was kind of wasting on these weird rituals that really didn't make much difference. And the problem with this morning routine was it was essentially me procrastinating on the work I had to do. So it was me essentially finding a way to like kind of do something beneficial, but like not really put in any work. So it made me feel productive, but in reality, I wasn't making any progress with this routine. And so I've been through many variations of these kind of routines, you know, all of this kind of stuff, going to the gym in the morning or, you know, meditating and whatever. But one routine in particular has stuck. One routine has done very, very well for me, and this was the routine that I used when I needed to make money, essentially. I had no other option, and this was the routine I used. And the routine was very simple. I'd wake up in the morning, and the second I wake up, I would go and I would grab like coffee from downstairs, and then I would go straight to the office and I would start working. And it was that. I wouldn't procrastinate at all. I wouldn't distract myself at all. There was no gym. There was literally just like barely even go downstairs. Just the first thing I need to do when I wake up is start working. And this kind of way of doing it is really good because it puts you in the mental state of working straight away. And while this routine might sound simple, it's kind of more about what you don't do than what you do. So when you wake up in the morning, for example, you don't go on your phone. You're not going to go on social media because that's going to instantly put you in like the loop of dopamine. So the first thing you do is go downstairs, grab your coffee or whatever, go to your office, and then just start working. Don't go on your phone. If you look at your phone, you're instantly cooking your day. So first thing to do, straight to work. Go onto your computer. When you open your computer, don't go on Facebook, don't go on YouTube. And this is a big thing I found. If I went on YouTube or if I did anything slightly relaxing within the first 10, 20 minutes of my day, then I wouldn't get anything done. So the first thing I needed to do once I got in there is make progress. So I would go in there, and within, 10 minutes, I was already starting to make videos. And by doing this, I would always get through my videos. So if I started the day like this, I'd make like 25 to 30 videos per day. Whereas if I woke up and I was a bit slow and I went on my phone a bit and I didn't get to work straight away, I ended up basically not doing any work, and I would make no videos and make no progress. And I found that really, for me to be disciplined and the morning routine that actually worked was get up, do the work, and don't have any distractions. The second you let yourself have these distractions, it just breaks your focus. Now, many people are probably wondering like when I ate. So eating breakfast was a big thing I found that made me tired and wasn't really good for me. So what I ended up doing was just skipping breakfast and not eating until like 1 p.m, roughly 1 or 2 p.m. And at 1 or 2 p.m, I would also be careful with what I ate, because I found that For me personally, if I eat carbs, I found that for me personally, if I ate carbs, then, or if I eat carbs, then it just makes me tired and I crash. So at like 2 p.m. or 1 p.m., I will try to have something like that's high protein. So something like egg or something like that, and just no carbs. And carbs are really that I would only have them at the last meal of the day. And by doing this, I just didn't see the crash. And although it was like, it took a while to get into and you're very hungry to start with, eventually you get into it and like, you feel great. Your mind is very, very clear, and you can get a lot done when your stomach's empty. And this is basically the routine that I follow now. I just wake up, I don't go on my phone, I don't check social media, I just get up, I go to my desk, and I just get to work. And I make sure I start doing some meaningful, productive work the first few hours, the first like 5 minutes of the day, so that it sets me up for success for the day. And I don't eat, and then I just work. Now, another thing you want to take into account is that you kind of need to plan for this. So at the end of the day, let's say it's the last like half an hour of your day, just plan what you're going to do the next day, so that when you wake up, you open your eyes, you know exactly what you're doing that day, you go straight to the desk and you start working on those tasks. And that's basically the routine I follow. It's worked very well. It's what I will continue to follow. And everyone's different, so just test it out, see if it works. And if it does, let me know. But yeah, thank you for watching. Hope you found this useful. And I'll see you in the next video.